We just watched a movie called Blood Monkey. Now, someone who's not me, please summarize it.
Would you like to go?
Maria, please summarize it. What happened in... What's the premise of Blood Monkey?
So, a bunch of graduate students go to the forest to meet a professor.
Which forest?
A forest in Africa, apparently.
Okay.
It's not specified.
It is not specified.
And they go to do research with a professor. Yeah, that's the premise.
So what?
And then blood monkeys attack.
I think you've kind of cut a little bit of the plot out.
Have I though? Have I though?
You pretty much ended with what happens. Spoiler alert. There are blood monkeys in Blood Monkey. So, okay. Julie, who are the characters? Who are these grad students that we've met?
So there is Seth Gregg, a character who gets called by two different names throughout the movie.
That's a different character.
They literally refer to him in the first scene he is in as Seth.
You're Seth? Oh, come on. Anything you want to say before we get started?
Word up! I'm Greg, an anthropologist, and I study...
How about we call one of them Douchebag McGee?
Yeah, okay.
And the other one, we wish we had Jared Padalecki.
We did. He was a low-rent Jared Padalecki.
Okay.
Then there's
Sydney.
Yeah, there's the girl who is overtly sexual who dies first.
There's Token.
Slutty grad student.
First of all, she's not slutty. How dare you?
That's how she's fucking pictured the entire
I'm sure
movie.
that's how other people think of her, but how does she think of herself? She's not
Token
look good for herself.
anthropologist.
She's an anthropologist who never does anything anthropology related.
Then there's the token diversity character who's Indian.
Oh god, what's her name?
Token Indian.
Her name is Lady Who Had the Camera.
Yeah. There was a lot of like vaguely found footage.
Very vaguely found footage.
But it was really bad.
Yeah. Then there's a geek nerd.
His name is Josh. I remember that
He
character.
was a botanist. Who was for some reason involved here, even
in
though
his
he's
anthropology expedition.
Even though he's not an anthropologist, he's not a primatologist, he's not a biologist. He's a botanist. They never study plants. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Not once.
Not once.
And then we have Jared Padalecki's love interest.
Oh, what's her name?
That was a different girl.
No, it's the brunette, not the blonde.
Yeah, with the curly hair.
There were two brunettes.
Yeah, one was the Indian girl.
Yeah, Indian girl was the one with the camera. And then curly-haired brunette was Jared Padalecki's
I need to stop both of you and say, we just watched this movie.
We did.
And we can't remember all the characters.
It doesn't matter.
Because they're not important, they're all gonna die.
But then
Spoilers, Julie!
So sorry.
Then there's Chen.
There's Chen.
Who is the enforcer of Professor Hamilton.
She's awesome.
Oh, she doesn't kick things.
She steals phones and kicks things.
She put all her points...
That was my job.
She put all of her points into kicking things and stealing phones.
That's it.
Very specialized, but for most of the movie, that works.
Yeah.
These grad students go to an unnamed region of Africa.
And the only reason we know it's Africa, by the way, is because it's in the synopsis.
Yes.
Like, it's never mentioned where they're going, except in the synopsis.
It's not like, they're in Kenya.
There's no
Nigeria.
Like, wipe that's like Nigeria, Kenya, Botswana, like nowhere.
So they eventually meet Chen and Professor Hamilton.
Yes.
And immediately learn that something's kind of weird with these two people. They learn that...
that Chen hates makeup bags.
She hates makeup bags.
And like everything in general.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the scene where she throws a makeup bag in the air, then
BAM!
it.
And then it explodes because the actress who played Chen could kick things, so they said, we need to use that.
And, like, it worked. It was good.
The plot is that these people, for no reason, follow Professor Hamilton and Chen down to a mysterious valley that Hamilton claims no one else has ever discovered except him, which is already super suspect. And
But
even
he's also already named it.
he's already named after himself.
He's a tool.
Because he's a tool. So, even though he says, okay, we're all going down there, and that's that, and all the grad students are just like, oh, we're not going to do that. It's like, I don't want to do that. Next scene, they're just doing it.
Yeah.
Because of
And
writing.
Chen is kicking Josh down the rappelling rope.
Yeah.
Literally, like, kicking him.
Yeah,
Being like, no!
Yeah, the nerd Josh is just like, I'm worried about this because I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
And then Chen rappels down slightly and just kicking the shit out
For,
of
like,
him.
no reason.
Yeah, like, it doesn't really matter he's going slowly.
Yeah.
He just starts kicking him.
Guys, it makes complete and total sense. Chen kicks things.
That's for one
I guess when all you have is a hammer, every problem's like a nail.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, Josh gets hurt.
It's like, he won't get down. How do we get him down? I'll kick him.
yeah, just kick. If only that injury ever came up.
I
So
wish
they're
that
all
was a
they're all
joke.
down there, and then Professor Hamilton is just like, yeah, whatever. These monkeys kill people. I don't care.
I'm
We're gonna
willing
find
to
him.
let 1,000 grad students die for me to get my day in fame.
That's essentially his speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't worry, it doesn't matter if your friends die. If you survive, you'll be so happy that you've gotten credit for discovering this new species, which is really interesting, but it's not...
It's not like
Once
Nobel
it's-
Prize worthy.
Yes,
like,
it's not, once you discover this, you're set for life.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's not, I discovered mer people.
Oh, that'd be
Interesting.
amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, they somehow decide, this professor, he's right. You know, we gotta hang out here. We gotta find these primate missing link people with him.
They walk into a camp that's already set.
Yes.
They walk into camp, and Sydney says, if we are the first people here, how is there a camp set here? And that's when they kind of start, like, getting the first vibes of Hamilton's a little nuts. So that happens, and then Hamilton shows them this, like, beach ball-sized monkey skull.
Yeah.
And yet again, Sydney's like, what is this? Like a regular person would do. And everyone's like, Sydney, it's obviously a monkey skull.
It's part of a skull.
Einstein.
And then they look at it themselves and they're like, oh, wait, hold up. Like,
It's
why
really
is this
weird.
so weird and big? And, like, I wish she would have been like, fuck you guys.
That's what I was asking!
Yeah.
So Maria, what's Einstein?
Then Sydney goes to use the bathroom, and you think, the monkey's gotten her.
She's monkey napped.
But actually, it's Chen who's dragging her through the forest, and then Chen kicks her in the face.
She does.
Because of course that's
Hammer
what Chen
nail.
Yeah.
That's all she does.
Of course that's what Chen would do.
I don't blame Chen. I blame Hamilton for hiring her.
Yeah.
So she gets kicked in the face by Chen, and then Chen throws her into the river.
That's
or,
like ankle deep.
She
yeah,
throws her into a stream.
whatever.
It takes effort to drown in that. It's a
Yeah.
stream.
Not if you've been kicked in the face and you're unconscious.
Yeah, it is downstream now where she, like, pulls herself out of it, where she legitimately gets monkey napped.
Yes.
And then,
Well, a
First
monkey
of all,
steals her
that's
face.
like 30 minutes later. So then the monkeys piss everywhere.
Yeah.
which, like, at first,
At first we thought it was a really bad rain effect.
like, for,
Then
like,
we
a
realized it was-
solid 3 minutes.
No, I was like, it's pee. And everyone was like, no,
My immediate response was, that can't be urine. This movie's not that bad.
I said it was pee like 5 times. And everyone was like,
And we were
is it
both in
rain?
denial. We're like, please
I was
let
just
it be
like,
a bad rain
no,
effect.
please, no.
And then everyone in the tent is like, I think that's rain. I'm like, you guys are all idiots.
But then one douchey guy is like, that's urine.
Yeah. And we were just like, he's definitely been peed on before while pledging.
Look, I'm not going to kink shame.
But like...
So that's, if he's into pee enough to identify the smell of it, while...
The sound of it?
The sound of it, rather. The sound of it. There you go. Then, you know, that's him. That's him.
But then Josh puts his, like, weird gross foot out of the tent. And then, like...
His gross foot.
His gross, like, weird infected foot that shouldn't be infected. And then he just literally gets, like, grabbed by the foot and then dragged out of the tent and into the woods. Yeah. Like...
Yeah. I mean, that's just the whole movie, is that...
It's bad.
These stupid grad students get picked off.
How are these grad students this fucking dumb?
Yeah, and like we called it like from the beginning where we were just like, oh, he's using them as bait.
Yeah.
That's the literal first scene where we see him as like, he wants them here to die so blood monkeys will show up and eat them or whatever. But yeah, that's the whole movie. And it just happens like, you know, Chen gets picked off, Sydney gets killed.
Josh gets killed.
Greg gets killed.
That's Greg who gets brutalized by Chen first. Chen doesn't die.
Yeah. Chen's not dead yet.
It's Sydney.
Still going around
it's Sydney. Josh. She brutalizes Greg and belts him to a tree.
Okay. So we need to talk about this because it's amazing. She shoots him like 2 or 3 times in the chest. And his response to being shot in the chest isn't...
Ah, you shot me!
His response isn't, I'm dead, and just fall to the ground. His response is, oh, why'd you shoot me?
Why does this hurt so much?
She lashes him to a tree with a belt. Yeah. And, is waiting in the brush with a gun to, shoot the blood monkey whenever it comes to kill him.
Because they're attracted to people belted to trees. Chen gets attacked. And then the movie is just Seth and...
What's her face?
Curly
girl
hair
with camera?
Yeah, it's camera girl, Seth, and then curly-haired love interest.
Yeah.
And the doctor still. It's still Professor, too. He's still there.
Yeah. So after the professor dies...
just immediately kills...
He tries to kill Seth.
He tries to kill... It doesn't really matter. All that matters is a few more people die. The doctor dies. Excuse me, the professor dies.
A professor,
and then
camera girl...
No, camera girl's okay.
No.
She's filming.
No, because she dies and they take the camera.
I don't remember this.
She dies, Seth takes the camera.
It's because they're running. The three of them are running through the forest.
Yes.
It's Seth, love interest, and Indian girl are running through the forest, and she gets nabbed by
a monkey, a blood monkey.
A blood monkey, and then they pick up the camera and they're like, oh no, she was taken. Yeah. And then they keep on running, and then they see...
Run to the cave.
They run to the cave. Yeah. They run to the ancient monkey cave.
Where then they are both also monkey murdered. And that's where we end.
Yeah, the movie just ends with, this weird, you mentioned it was a Blair Witch style.
Yeah, it's
where find footage just, walking around this cave. Yeah. But it's obvious that it's not scary because you could just see the monkeys in the background. They're just
Also, Julie, you're so right. This movie should have been called Monkey Murdered.
Thank you.
I agree. It would have been a better title.
Exactly.
Because it's not like they ever call them blood monkeys.
No, they don't.
There's no reason for blood monkey to be the title.
If it was literally Monkey Murdered, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, you just get murdered by monkeys.
Yeah.
That's what this is. I know what I'm signing up for.
Yeah.
So it just, everyone dies, and then it's on camera because no reason. And the monkeys are there, but they're
There's bad CGI of a monkey.
There's
the
bad
worst
CGI.
monkey CGI I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Or a monkey comes up out of the shells and then bites the camera.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the movie.
That's pretty much
Everyone's dead.
So I have some questions.
Yes.
Would you recommend Blood Monkey?
No.
Maria, would you recommend Blood Monkey to someone who was watching the movie?
Kyle, would you?
I'm trying to find the good aspects of this movie.
So that's a no.
I want to, with every movie I go into, to be like, you know what? No matter how bad a movie is, there's something about it that's good. There's something you can look at and be like, you know what? This movie, it's hard to make movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
So I want to be generous, but the answer's no.
Yeah, I mean, I know this to you all the time.
Yeah.
Your time is worth more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one should watch Blood Monkey.
Yeah,
There's no reason.
Nope.
There's things that could maybe work in a different setting, but they've already been done better in different movies.
And ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Like nothing original.
No, there's nothing original. Like, the concept of the blood monkey isn't original. Also, it's never explained.
Yeah, they never say blood monkey. They never really...
Like, the concept of the professor who is going kind of crazy because he wants to put his stamp on history is not new.
It could be an interesting character if they wrote him better, but
they
he's
didn't.
just kind of there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the movie just feels like we're treading on very familiar territory of, oh, it's Africa and it's weird, so it's scary.
Yeah.
Where it's like, there are plenty of things scary about nature, but you have to be a little more intelligent about it than just being like, oh, okay, we're in a rainforest, ergo it's scary.
Yeah, I think like the only weird, unique thing about this movie was the pee scene.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
I don't know, maybe there's a bunch of pee scenes out there. But for me, I was just like...
Well, I feel like they're more specific
just
than
like
that.
fire hose pissing
Yeah,
scenes.
fire hose monkey pee.
That's like
Dibs, band name Dibs.
Oh gosh, you can have that one.
Yeah, I don't want that one. Don't worry.
It's my weird experimental German band.
German band? Oh god.
Does someone play the triangle?
Yeah. We have 3 triangle players.
And only 3 people in the band. It's all triangle.
It's all triangle. All triangle all the time.
Okay, I think we're done with Blood Monkey. It's just... the movie doesn't live up to the title.
No.
You can read the title, say, Blood Monkey sounds amazing. But the best case scenario is, you scroll down and say, oh no, the movie's unavailable. I'll never see Blood Monkey, and I'll never know if it lived to the title.
And we will tell you right now, if it's unavailable, you dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
It's whatever you think Blood Monkey is. It's better than what Blood Monkey is.
Yeah.